Hello everybody, or anybody. My name is Stanky Diaz, or Stanky for short, and over the last couple weeks I have been posting a few shorts, just showing off a few things here and there. But today I wanted to make a bit of a longer video, just to introduce myself, plus show off a couple bigger pieces that wouldn't really fit in the short format. So, if you've seen any of my shorts, you've seen that I have quite a lot of random silver bits and pieces. And I've been collecting this sort of stuff for a few years now. I just love kind of the history of some of it and the uniqueness. You never know if you'd ever find a piece like this again. Just some very neat, cool stuff. Very shiny. I always like to joke that I'm like a crow. Of course, I do like some of the pure stuff as well. And these ones are fun because there's so many. It's very fun to play with. Probably gonna have to break them out of this cage before very long. Here's one of the new pieces. 101 grams. This guy's pretty hefty. I've always tried to debate whether this is an apple or a tomato. Now that I'm thinking of it, maybe in there? Possibly. See there, International Sterling. I bought that while on a work trip, actually. Bought it out of the scrap bin, so saved it from being melted. And that's a common theme amongst many of these pieces, is that they were purchased from a scrap bin. I'm lucky to have had, or have, a couple stores nearby to me that buy silver for the purpose of scrapping it. And so they sell it at a very small markup to customers like me. One of the few exceptions is one of my favorite pieces right here. I purchased this on a cross country drive. And it's Egyptian. Some very tiny marks there, but it's 80% silver. I managed to find a lighter that fits it perfectly. But just amazing design. Not a very good lighter, but at least it works. And just, you know, I like some very weird, odd things. Mexico. They make some very nice stuff. But very strange looking. Of course, the Anglican picnic. Must have been pretty high class if they were handing out sterling silver medals. And this piece, this one's very cool. This is not one that I purchased out of a scrap bin, but at a flea market. You can see the stamp is not very well defined, and for that reason they did not have it marked, or they did not have it priced as silver. So I think I paid $20 or $25 for 52.78 grams. And this piece is Mexican, which is about the only part of that stamp that is nicely done. Imagine the kind of person that might have actually worn this. They'd have to have a lot of swagger. But very cool. Yeah, just some very cool stuff. Anybody like their greens? And lastly, probably something that's been very obvious over there in the corner. It's very colorful. It's also so large it barely fits in the frame. 267.34 grams. You know it's special when you need a big Ziploc bag just to hold it. But this piece here is just spectacular. All that enamel work. And I believe it's in a style called Champlive. If we turn it around, you can see that Champlive on sterling silver, limited edition. $19.75. Now this one I bought at an antique market, and I don't really understand because they knew it was silver, but they still had it vastly underpriced. I paid $75 for this piece. Unfortunately, no box or certificate of authenticity or anything, but it's still very nice even without those pieces. Displays very well. But yeah, I say with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for having a second look at some of these pieces and a first look at a couple. And I hope to continue to show off kind of some of the things from my collection. I still have quite a lot that I can go through. And hopefully there's people out there that like this type of shiny stuff as much as I do. Thank you very much, and goodbye.